It's not, accomplishing big things in a short amount of time. It is that daily agenda that is going to take you somewhere, and small steps, small, consistent, just that art of showing up. That is what separates, the finishers and the starters and the winners and the losers to me is, yeah.
Right. It's showing up, even if we're afraid, even if we're, because some people say, well, I'm waiting until I'm not fearful. Well, let me tell you, every step I've taken in my journey, I have some little bit of fear, but it is going through the fear and taking action. And like Tonya says, it's showing up. So if we show up for our life, if we get into motion and then take action, I like another thing that you said. I am going to start small and messy. I love that because so often we don't want to start taking the small steps because we're thinking of the big picture. Scale it back down to the small steps and don't be afraid to mess up, because when we're so afraid about messing up, that is a little bit about worrying about what other people are thinking about us. So yeah, I love that. So start small and don't be afraid to be messy. What is one of the areas that women can expect to be challenged the most on their journey? I like this question. What is the biggest challenge for women that we face on our journey?
Well, I think one of the biggest ones is going to be your relationships. And one of my favorite quotes says that you are an average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And I have found that there were some relationships, Lorraine, that I really outgrew, and it was hard to let go of. But what I found was that the negativity and the mediocrity were really holding me back. And so I had to kind of cut ties and maybe spend time over here, because people celebrate you when they want you to be where they're at, because that makes them comfortable. But as you begin to step out of your comfort zone and do things that you've never done before, you're going to challenge some of the people around you. But the truth is, those relationships really are the window into your future. So sometimes it's not saying that you got to get rid of your friends and family and trade them in for some new ones. But what I do challenge women to do is say, do I need to maybe evaluate how much time, that I'm spending? So surrounding yourself by people that are going to cheer you on, I just think that's huge. And that's challenging for women, especially when they're so nurturing.
Right. Yeah, because sometimes when I've felt that in my life, it's like, oh, I don't want to hurt their feelings, but I'm not getting feeling validated with this relationship. And so I think that's really a good point. And it's not necessarily that we have to delete everyone from our life. It's that the majority of our time we need to be spending with people that are cheering us on in healthy relationships. We're going deep with our dialogue and that kind of thing. And so I love that. And it's hard, like you said, it's hard for us mothers and women because we are nurturing, but it's learning to know when maybe we have to pull the plug a little bit and spending time with that relationship. So no, that's very good. What is one of the greatest questions a woman can ask every single day? What can we ask ourselves?
And this is a question I've been using a lot lately. And, as you're taking action and you're moving forward, one of the worst things that you can ask yourself, is this right or wrong? Is this good or bad? Or should I or shouldn't I do this? And Lorraine, those are never the right questions. There's always reasons. Have you ever found there's always a reason why you shouldn't or you shouldn't do something? I mean, we drive ourselves bananas asking us for that kind of reason. But the only question that you want to ask yourself is, if I do this, And if I make this decision, will it move me in the direction of my dream? And as we ask that question, I mean, for example, I mean, there's all kinds of reasons that I'm like, should I schedule this time with Lorraine? Do I do this? Do I not do that? And, maybe I should do this. But today moves me closer to my dream and to your dream. And so the answer is yes. And so many times we make decisions to do good things, but they're not the great things. And every decision that we say yes to, we're saying no to something else. And so it's really not a question of right or wrong. It's a question of, does this get me closer to what I'm called to do in my purpose? And if it does, then absolutely. If not, then we have to practice saying no. And sometimes that's really hard for some people. So, yeah.
Right. Once again, that's sometimes hard as women to say no. But what I love about that concept, Tonya, is it's very clear. It's just a yes or no. Does this, instead of always negotiating with ourselves, it gives us this non-negotiable. What decision does this decision make me get me closer to my dream? I love that. That's really good, because so often our world is filled with all kinds of stuff, and it might be good stuff, but is it getting us closer to our dreams? And so I love that clarity. That is really good. What else? What other ideas do you have in helping women go down that road and that journey towards their dreams? Because I like what we've talked about, the purpose and the passion, and then having making a decision whether we need to remove ourselves from people's life and having more. And then this is a great one. And then so you do all that, and then what can you expect when you get to working on your dream? What's out there for us?
Yeah, I mean, personal growth has been one of the biggest keys. And I mean, I read daily, and I'm on the John Maxwell faculty. My husband and I are, but for example, like the 15 laws of growth, and really understanding the principles and taking ownership. Because you know what? Until you take ownership of yourself, you're not going to be able to take ownership of your purpose and your dreams. And so you have to go on that growth journey. And Lorraine, it just unlocked so many things inside of me of, wow, this life is so significant. And I really find that so many women are overwhelmed because they're underpurposed. And they just have so much going on and so busyness in their lives when they're needing to let go of some things. And so I would say, number one, going on that personal growth journey. And so, I do that with the and self-awareness, with the personality profiles and understanding yourself. The second thing that I just so encourage women to do is to keep a gratitude journal. And I've kept one for, oh my goodness, it's probably been over 20 years. Oh, wow. And every day when I wake up, I write in that gratitude journal. And it may be something as simple as a butterfly, kind of right in front of me, a conversation with Dad, or it could be as big as landing a huge stage. There's nothing too small and nothing too big. And you know what, Lorraine, I think that has changed my heart. I mean, that has just given me such a gratitude and a thanksgiving for this life, because every day I wake up and I think about all the great things that happened the day before. So that's been huge for me.
And I think, and that could be huge for you out there, because what it does is take the focus off of you, put your focus on your world and all the things. And when your eyes are open, you're just going, oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful world. I have so much to be thankful for. So I love that. So in closing, I want to ask you one more question. What is the legacy that you would like to leave behind? How do you want to be remembered, Tonya, by your friends and your family?
that's a deep question, Lorraine. But that's a great one. I honestly, I just want to leave this world better than I found it by empowering people to get clarity on their earthly assignment and then just fearlessly live it full out. And, not only will that affect them, but it truly will affect the generations to come. And, and when I talk about dreams and when I talk about having a vision, it's not saying that I got to start this huge company and I got to be a millionaire. It's talking about what you were made to do, what your creative design is. And I am just passionate about people tapping into that, because that's where life is at. And so yeah, that would be my heart.
I love it. I love it. And I can hear the passion in Tonya's voice. So if you would like to get a hold of her, please don't hesitate, because I have heard, I've had my pen busy the whole time, because she's had little gems that I talk about. Those little gems, if we water them, they can turn into something beautiful in our life, like empowering and clarity and the gratitude journal. You might even want to go back and listen to it and take notes too, because this has been so wonderful, Tonya. I thank you for coming in. You have blessed my heart and blessed the hearts of our audience today.
Well, thank you so, so much. I'm so honored. Thank you, Lorraine.
Thank you. And I will see all of you back here next week with another fabulous guest. And remember, it is never too late, like Tonya said, to find our purpose, to find our passion. It's not too late to go after your dreams, lose weight. It is just never too late. And our desire is that you live your life fulfilled, happy, and change the world together. Thank you, Tonya, for coming in this week. We've really enjoyed it.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
See ya.